Garez. Come on, mate. Get it right. Yep. And looks like we're about to start. Regmar's rocking an awesome DP. I do this for Gary.
Alright, ready up.
So I believe it's Northern and Gaming on the terrace and Dynasty on the counter terrace. Pretty exciting times. So first up we come up with a knife round.
Now we get a knife round.
Like I said last time to anyone who's new to Counter-Strike, first up we do a knife round. It's like a bit of a toss of the dice to see which team gets to choose which side. Just bear with me 1 second. I'll press that.
Today on Facebook.
So where they can basically whoever wins the knife round gets to pick the side they start. Where on a map like Inferno it is heavily CT sided, so they do want to whoever wins the knife round pick CTs first because then they can hold out, defend, demoralise the enemy, and then the terrorists will know they've got an uphill battle from that moment. Yeah. I'd expect they'd pick counter terrorists. I'd expect. Yeah. So I don't know. You got the good old drawing things here. So normally you end up putting 2 people on A. So you have someone come down here and sit arch side. So am I looking at that right? No, sorry. You have someone sitting here quad side. You have someone arch side, maybe watching here towards the start. In B, generally in a pistol round, it's a good idea to put someone here at coils, someone here behind new box, or CT as well. So we'll see what stack they do. They decided to put 2 at B and push up rather than the standard hold, which hasn't quite worked out for them. Yep. Looks like we got Glad pushing from CT first up, 4 HP. Was there pushing for construction? Bloodexter got no fear pushing straight up on the barbecue, trying to hit people out in dark and on close. Gunning for the headshots with the USP. Glad very low health as well. All I've left him, 4 HP, no chance. That's what they needed on a map like Inferno, where it's so heavily CT sided. They need to get that first pistol round. That way they can sort of get a bit of momentum behind them, start pushing through the barriers, winning rounds. So when they eventually become counter terrorists, it'll be a lot easier for them. Good. Yeah. Smoking off CT. Winlock pushed up at truck though, and back to sitting in con. But definitely an aggressive angle that he has there. And we've got Zenra watching down Banana to make sure no one pushes up behind. CT wise, it looks like they're heading to save though. They're not going to go the option for the retake. Yeah, about 1,500 to 2 grand a person. Exactly. They are hunting. You got them. Yeah. Well, as I said previously, generally if you do get the pistol round, you do win the next 2 rounds. So maybe a force up would compete against that. Looks like they forced and it didn't work. Which is heavily popular, the old force in the lower end of the gaming. Yep. Glad initially pushing deep up Banana, but then falling back. With Regmar sitting close now, smoking. Only putting 2 people at A site. So Bloodexter and Wazza at A, Wazza at Arch side, Bloodexter up there watching balcony out of apps. Yeah, Sorry? Oh, really? Should be able to me as well. Yeah, sorry, you there? Yep. Alright, so it looks like they're doing a solid push on A, smoking off arch side. Yep. We just got Shaney on sitting. Yeah, we just got Shaney on sitting back CT spawn. No, they're just gunning for exit strategies. Maybe get a weapon and move from there. Try and get something happening. So we'll watch him. It's doing it for me. Yeah. Gets us that split apart. So first buy round, what this means is the counter terrorist and the terrorist can both buy up this round. This is probably one of the most important rounds of the game, because if the counter terrorists still lose this one, it just ends up snowballing towards the terrorist side. So they need to have solid holds, really stop them pushing through onto a site right now. Running to, yeah. Waiting for someone to push. Oh, we've got Wazza out there in quad, so he's close. But yeah, nothing in apartment. And then Blade pushes up, has a peek, and it's a bit too cheeky. So it looks like Blade and RDZ are going to have a bit of an altercation here very shortly. Raydog pushes up mid, falls back. RDZ close on balcony, gets Blade. So now they've got A site quite convincingly. So we've got Shanion and Regmar sitting over towards B. They probably hold back again and try and get those exit frags. They don't want to lose their weapons because it's just too much they have to spend next round. Yeah. So where do you put your bets, Liam? Yeah.
Terrorists win.
Yeah. Well, essentially you only need 5 rounds. Essentially you only need 5 rounds on Terrace Inferno if you're going to want to have a decent chance of winning a round. And they're so close to getting that right now. Yeah. Like last time we saw Northern and Gaming, Regmar absolutely annihilated the competition. Annihilated them. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. It looks like they're having a bit of a pause. Apparently a substitute from South Australia is causing some issues. I don't know who. It's the first I've heard of it. Yep. Like I reckon, personally, they should just keep playing. Like they shouldn't be holding it up like this, even if the person is from South Australia. One person doesn't make a team. It's a 5-man team. While subs do help, they haven't trained as long with the team. They don't know the tactics. They don't know the routines. And those are going to be issues that'll hold them back. So realistically, I'd see a sub as a negative more than a positive. that makes sense. Certainly am. Certainly am. Just waiting, 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 and waiting. Yeah. Well, they need to win. They need to win. They can't lose this round because they need to win. Yeah, exactly. Zenra 6850, Winlock 5600, Raydog 5300, and they've all got weapons. The only one without armor is like full armor is Zenra, and most pretty much got all nades. Still with all that money left over. Yeah. 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 Alright, so apparently we can't hear Liam on the stream, which is pretty crazy because that's been the guy speaking the most. So apologies, Liam, for you that's there, but apparently we can't hear you at all on the stream. You have been wasting your breath. So we're at a pause at the moment, like you guys are aware. We're just waiting for them to come up. It looks like somebody had a sub they weren't supposed to, or they're getting a sub because someone dropped out. But hopefully it comes back shortly and we get straight back into the game. Dynasty and Northern Endgame. Look, Northern Endgame really need to pick up their game right now. If they don't win this next round, it's just going to snowball. Dynasty are going to get the win. Terrace is much harder on Inferno. It's very easy to hold as the counter Terrace. So with a lead like 4-0, if the Terrace win this round, they're just going to snowball it towards the end. I mean, a significant part of it is actually the motivation by the teams, which does fall down if they tend to get hammered pretty hard by a Terrace side. So we're pushing heavily up mid here by Dynasty. Northern and Gaming aren't too sure. They've got 3 people at A. So was again watching from quad, and we got Glad sitting arch side. Pretty standard move by those people with Blade watching for the apps. Regmar just can't hold it. He's got to push up ahead and see what's going on Banana. They are bunching up at the base of Banana, so they could be going for a push as far as we know. Winlock checking to see if sandbags are clear. Always a good idea to check right to make sure nobody's hiding there because of the shadows. But does he know Regmar is tight in the corner there? I don't know. Could catch you off guard. Oh, good pick, good pick. So they're slowly making their way up Banana, trying to get those picks, trying to get the entries. Getting Sheeny on down straight away, and then Regmar. Looks like they got the entry. They're going to push straight into sight, which leaves Northern and Gaming have to do a retake situation. So we've got Glad sitting up at CT. Currently was a crossing through Connector. And through Connector again, we got Bloodexer. Glad taken out by Orp. Looks like they go for exits at this stage. Bit tough to try and retake the site when you're facing an AWP, 2 AKs and M4. But with 2 Famises and a couple of flashes. So yeah, they'll just sit there, sit back, try and get some exit kills or to save their weapons to make sure that next round they got a bit of cash in the bank. Which is typical when the counter-terrorists start to lose rounds. They end up becoming very poor, end up falling back behind on the economy. As you can see, the terrorists have lots of money, even though they've bought. The counter-terrorists are very, very poor. With that round loss bonus, they've managed to pick up about $3,100, which gives them a bit of a boost. So they could buy armor, Famises, and a few grenades, which will help them through the round. They really have to hold something back soon. They can't keep letting these pushes go through. They can't keep letting Dynasty get the entry picks. Hard push up banana by Winlock. Backed up by Corn at Logs. They're just looking for a push at mid through Raydog and Zenra. Liam, I wish they could hear you, don't you worry. Maybe, I don't know, it might be delayed. Oh, I can do it, but no, all goes, hold up. Hold up. Well, I actually muted this microphone then, holy crap. Different computer than I'm used to. Someone else's. Alright, was a pushing through connector, trying to get a bit greedy there, see if he can like sneak up on someone holding. Didn't quite work out for him. Xandra watching down mid of the AWP. We got Korn looking towards that cornering connector, like he's ready. He knows that somebody's there and he knows they want to push, but he's not going to let that happen.
If we could get somebody watching the stream to confirm if they can hear me through the game when I speak that way, that would be pretty good.
I have voice enable on, so yeah, they may be able to hear. It might be quiet.
we'll give it a go, I guess. If someone in the stream just let us know real quick. Anyway, well, yeah, Northern End Gaming, they're just saving and saving. It seems they just lose the bomb site and their rotates aren't quick enough and they're not,
I think the issue,
able to come in.
I've seen this the last game I cast, and I've seen this again, which are pretty similar teams. Force buys. They're way too caught up on force buys and trying to go down that meta and try and win games through that. They need to eco one round to try and save some money. Just do a full eco, get their money up, do a decent hold with smoke grenades, molotovs, and then they might have a chance. But if they force up every single round, they're never going to win.
Yeah, they do have a pretty good buy going on right now. I mean, they've got an AWP, they've got incendiary grenades, they've got kits.
This is another round they have to win, because if they lose this round, again, they've spent every single cent that they have, apart from Blade, he's got a bit of cash, but they've essentially spent every cent they have. So if they lose this round, they're back on having to either eco or force up again, and those continual force rounds never work.
Yeah, there we go. And Blade does get a pick on the A side, not allowing the terrorists in. And they're
Winlock pushing up Nana, and he's only got Wazza to face, who's holding coils with an AWP.
Yeah, this is all down to Wazza here. He needs to hold down the site for just a little bit.
A lot of pressure on Banana. A lot of pressure.
Oh, and he whiffs his first shot. That is not at all.
And then he gets taken out by Winlock. Oh, Zenra, sorry.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard retake here for the CTs, and honestly, I would say if I was the CTs, I would go for it.
Glad pushing hard for construction, doesn't quite work.
They need to try and make this work.
Got Bladexa and Shaney on sitting back. Again, there's nothing they can do. They have to sit back and hold. Look, right now I'm thinking they need to push and they need to do something. They just need to get a round down. They need to make something happen.
Yeah, they've already wasted too much time though, and there's no time on the clock. Bomb's gonna
force buying every round, force buying every round, and then ending up having to save. Like, just killing them.
I feel like the players on the sites aren't staying alive for long enough for the rotates to come in, and then suddenly the terrorists just have like a clean bomb site, and they can hold easily on the retakes.
Yeah, Dynasty's getting those entry picks every single time.
Yeah, for example, I think it was Wazza, the AWP on coils that round. If he, after missing that first shot, had retreated into construction and waited for his team to come in and retake, then he might have had a better chance of winning that round. But he just died straight away before his team could come in and help him.
Like in those situations, sometimes you have to fall back and give your team time, like put some pressure down just to slow them down, keep them from coming, so you can give people time to rotate. So it looks like they're putting aggressive pressure on Banana again, straight up. Winlock pushing up the car and the sandbags very, very quickly. Regmar sitting back towards CT spawn and Glad holding on site. But we've already got a pick with Zenra onto Shaney on at A site. There's only one person left on A site, which is Blade, sitting out there in the balcony area. And he gets taken out by Zenra with that Tech 9. They're going to hold A site pretty strongly here. And we're going to end up with Regmar left to save that AWP because he doesn't want $4,750 to go to waste.
Oh, that was an embarrassing play there by Blade. I think the nerves would have got to him that round. Oh, he really should not, under any circumstances, have fouled up that spray. But hey, I guess it happens. It happens to all of us.
Just a panic, a lot of pressure.
Yep. Anywho, we do see the terrorists taking the 8th round, and wow, Northern End Gaming not able to make anything work at all.
Like, surely we don't want to see a 16-1. I'm pretty sure it was Northern End Gaming who's 16-1 the last team they played, so it'd be pretty bad if they get 16-1 this game.
Yeah, or maybe even 16-0.
Yeah.
Northern End Gaming not able
The
to
dream,
make anything work.
the dream.
Yep, the dream may be real here for Dynasty.
So, will we see a full eco? I hope we see a full eco here from Northern End Gaming. No, they're going to force up, spend some money again. Not get themselves ready.
They do have quite a big.
Oh yeah, they've got a fair few grenades there. So
buy up fully and get.
We got Regmar without any armor, but then they're pushing up aggressively. Regmar's back behind sandbags. Never a position I recommend. Because there was that famous. Winlock knows to check. He's checked it every round before. Straight up takes out Regmar. Nice headshot.
Yeah, especially Regmar's teammate wasn't close up there to distract the terrorist, or at least trade with him if someone did take him out.
Yeah, definitely.
While we see instead Shannon holding back on the side, not able to trade the terrorists.
So we got Zenra sitting there with Winlock's magic stick, a bit of a Kenny S fan, I believe. And Ray Dog taking out Bladex there in the apps. So the position's not changing up. Terrorists starting to get a really good read on where they're placing. Nice sprays there by Glad. Gets a bit of a double.
Yeah, Northern End Gaming here, just getting picked apart really. I mean, they're getting picked and they're not able to get return frags on the terrorists, so the terrorists just systematically walk in, kill the players on the side. They might get one trade frag, but
yeah, was not confident to sort of go out and try and get a pick himself. He's just fallen back again for those exits. They're just stuck. They're always on the back foot. They're always on the back foot. Northern End Gaming.
They always seem to, the rotate's just unable to be effective, I think, because the players on the sites are dying too quickly. They're not they're not falling back and playing passive enough angles to wait for the rotates to come in. And then the players that are going to come in and rotate just end up sitting outside the site like stunned mullets, as we saw here. And
those entry frags as well, like, they're poor because they're force buying, and then when they're able to do a full buy, they push up aggressively, and then they get picked off with that, so they just lose everything straight away. You've got all those grenades, you've got all that armor. You should be slowing them down. Throw a smoke, throw some flashes, throw a Molotov, keep them fucking back, because you've got the time. My friend.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. And Dynasty going for quick banana control again. Regmar has made a smart decision and is holding outside of banana now, ready with the smoke in his hand. That's good. It's a good change. To hold the terrorists back and hopefully not get picked instantly like he has.
You got Ray Dog aggressively pushed into apartments. Zenra picked out up the top of mid.
Yep. Wazza does get the first pick of the round, which is a good start for Northern End Gaming. This could be their round, I think. They've got.
They're actually getting some picks here on Zenra.
Regmar going to that sandbag position again, though. It is a bit predictable.
Not a fan of it. Not a fan of the sandbags position at all.
Yeah.
There's no backup. There's no backup at all. I mean, you can't really cross out. Like, Shanion can't really back him out to start crossing out of there. So if he's there, he's basically making the decision that if they push, I've got to spray him down.
Yeah, at least Shannon is playing a little bit more of a support role here for Regmar. I mean,
he's just moved up then, yeah.
If he goes right up tight in the sandbags, then Shannon should at least be able to trade frag him.
Yeah.
And spray down a terrorist or two. But wow, time is getting very low here for the terrorists. They're going to have to make a play and make it quick. There's only 20 seconds left on the clock, and it does look like they will come in towards banana.
Very big push, very big push.
Instantly, Shannon isn't able to trade, and he does go down.
Sorry, I missed those kills.
Wow,
yep.
Looks
like they're going to secure A site here. Wazza pushing up CT, trying to get the picks on the cross onto site, taking out Korn. And then Device. This could be, and finally Northern End Gaming get around. It's about time. They needed that. They really needed to get something on the board, because it is a counter-terrorist side of map.
I think it was Wazza who got that kill on the bomb planter. That really saved it there.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good hold. Great hold.
Yeah, Dynasty just left it a little bit too late. They went for a bit of a gnarly play, but it didn't work out. And terrorists have left.
Yeah, it looks like we're going 3A again, 2B. Glad holding quad, Wazza holding arch. Blade back up looking at apps from Graveyard. With Shanion and Regmar there over at B. Regmar holding close again, like he loves to. Likes to getting quite aggressive.
Yeah,
What I've
Zenra
noticed
just
is
gets really
what I've
aggressive
noticed
with
is
that orb.
Zenra seems to be the pusher up mid, very much so for Dynasty. But this time he's actually going up banana. He already checked up mid, getting that pick on Regma behind sandbags. As I said, never recommended sandbags as far as I'm concerned.
And here we go,
Shanion
4
holding on
versus
site
2
at Fountain.
for Dynasty. This round is looking quite in their favour. Maybe they've gotten their crap together
But we
already.
only have Shanion on B and Wazza sort of close up, so they could easily get Wazza could get smoked out and they could push up onto Shanion and take the site if they wanted to.
Yeah, and we do see Zenra pushing up very cautiously onto the B site. He's not going to be able to find anyone here. Maybe if Wazza
and he gets
yes,
taken.
he does. And there we go. Now, this is going to be a very hard road to
Device dead
for
there at
Device,
the Fountain.
and he does go down.
So
Counter-terrorist, Northern End Gaming, finally getting some rounds on the board, 2-9. However, it is going to be a real hard game for them either way, even if they're able to win every single round in this half now.
yeah, they've got a lot of pressure on them. A lot of pressure on them. As I said, CT side, they should be winning these rounds. It's a bit unfortunate that they're not. It's just Dynasty getting the entry frags, those headshots as soon as they come around the corner, taking him out. So again, naded straight up through mid there with Winlock. Like, that's just another negative towards NEG's campaign right now.
Now, Zenra gets the opening pick onto the A side. Only one player remaining for Northern End Gaming on A. All going to be down to Blade here.
Sitting there at quad side.
Work.
You got Zenra sitting there over the top of him, not far behind his Ray Dog. So they'll probably drop down on him here.
Right next to each other.
Oh, does he know? Does he know?
Yeah, did play it here.
Oh, there it is.
Like
Oh, with the no scope too. Does it with style.
And here we go. Shen walking right into the crossroads Zenra. I don't know how that didn't hit. Looks like it should have. And now the question is here: are the CTs going to retake?
Oh, Shania, nice try. Just wasn't looking the right way. And all that's left is poor Regmar sitting back trying to aim on that chicken. Get himself sorted. Get his eye in.
Yeah, and Regmar is just going to save the AWP here. There's not much else he can really do. And after Northern End Gaming won those rounds, their loss bonus has been reset. So their economy is going to be quite hurt here.
Yeah.
They might be forced onto a save. Possibly. No, they should have enough money to buy. But if they lose the next round, they may be forced onto a save in the 14th round, which really isn't ideal for them.
Yeah, they needed to win this round. Like, they're just losing way too many rounds. Way too many rounds.
Regmar here, will he survive? Only just. That was very close there.
Yeah.
So 10-2 is the score in favour of Dynasty. Dynasty having a very, very good game, if I may say so.
We have to see some sort of change by Northern End Gaming soon. Otherwise, they're just going to be like this for the rest of the game. If they lose the pistol on Terra side, there's a good chance that's the game.
Yeah, Northern End Gaming here do manage to force out a buy, but they have no money left. Regmar getting a beautiful pick with the AWP onto Korn, putting it by 5 versus 4. Yep, that was very beautiful. So
we got Dynasty pushing up mid too. Like they throw a flash, push up mid. Looks like they fall back. Zenra up there as well. Dropping the bomb there at bench just so that it doesn't get spotted by a counter terrorist.
Yep, and Blade gets the second pick of the match. 2 versus
Finally,
5
Northern End
already.
getting a hold down.
Yeah, but is it all too
Winlock
late?
pushing through apps. He's going to face up the Glad. He's only got 20 HP, so he's got a good chance in that situation.
Well, yeah,
And we got Device there just holding back, making sure no one pushes through Boiler again. Winlock gets ready. Molotoving Pit.
And get the kill.
Gets a nice pick on Glad. Pushing into sight. We got Blade though here at the truck. Was it taking out Winlock straight up? So not too good. And Blade looks like he's set, ready to get him. Sees the drop down into Pit. But Device gets him.
Yeah, here it's.
Oh, bad luck, Device.
Regmar and Wazza make a good pick onto the player and do take him out. So 3-10 now. And yeah, Northern End Gaming are really looking to pick up these last 2 rounds if they want any chance at all in this map.
That's exactly right. Like, honestly, they've got to do something. I don't want to put pressure on them, but they've got to do something. I saw them 16-1 someone. I'm pretty disappointed to see them get so handed.
Yeah, well at least this isn't a 16-1 they're from Dynasty. And we see Dynasty taking slow.
Regmar again with the aggression. Goes for a pick, but he's going to fall back. Zenra just sitting logs, waiting. But we've got some got a fair bit of aggression here from Ray Dog. Right up there and App goes for the shot on Graveyard, but misses the pick.
He sees Blade X just a little bit, but can't manage to connect it.
Can't quite get him.
Almost
Glad's onto it as well. He's going to put a scope up there, see if he can catch him, but he's fallen back. He knows it's a mistake to continue on. But so they're pushing very, very hard up Banana. Already up at Car and Sandbag. Zenra pushing up, trying to get an entry pick. Gets a nice entry pick on Regmar. We've got Shanian holding back from Dark, and he gets absolutely annihilated with Wazza crossing over from Connector and Spawn. He's now sitting at CT, smoked out though, so he's going to have to go for construction if he wants to make a difference. Looks like he's falling back. Glad there with him. Going to have a peek with the AWP. Misses.
I got shot from
Zenra getting that construction pick straight out to CT Spawn, which leaves Glad by himself holding the AWP. He's going to fall back, try and get an exit or save.
Yeah, and look at the money here on Northern It's all over the place. They're not going to have enough money to full buy this round. So they're either going to want to save and try and win the... Actually, no, it is last round now.
It's the last round, so they're going to have to spend everything they have.
Yeah. This is not an optimal situation at all. See, Blade only got P250s and Nova. Yeah. And us P90s.
Although, if they get a kill with the Nova, it is good money. Not that it matters. Yeah, so we've still got two people sitting at spawn, so I don't know what's going on there. Regmar pushing up aggressively without the support of Wazza. So sitting at the P90, hoping nobody pushes straight up. Maybe if they don't want to try and get a quick finish. We've got Device there, pushing up second mid. And Zenra here going for a peek up.
Yeah, Glad does manage to make some work with his shotgun, holding the tight angle from apartments.
Gets that
pick. He gets the second device.
What a pick.
Going down to the Nova. 3 versus 4.
Shanian holding on site. A lot of pressure on this A site right now. Winlock checking apps very, very carefully. And Zenra up arch side, making sure there's nobody going to push free connector. But he gets taken out by Shanian, who's up at the back of the outside side. Winlock left by himself in boiler. Gets Regmar trying to push him back, but doesn't quite get it.
Good enough, guys.
So what will happen is both teams will swap sides now. Northern Gaming will now be the terrace, and Dynasty will be the counter terrace. So as we mentioned before, the idea of the counter terrace is to stop the terrace from planting a bomb on the bomb site or defusing it if it does get planted. The idea of the terrace is to plant that bomb or stop the counter terrace from defusing it. It's max rounds 30, so first to 16. We've got a really good lead on Dynasty Gaming here, with Northern End Gaming set to try and get something done if they can start winning if they can win the pistol round.
Yeah, that's right. Northern End Gaming really do want to win this pistol round. Otherwise, I'll say it's just game over for them. They need to get a good lead and just not allow Dynasty any leeway at all. As soon as Dynasty get a round, then they're gonna have some money in the bank. Yeah. And yeah, that's just not going to work out for Northern End. We do see Glad pushing up, getting...
So the other pistol round, very, very aggressive here by Northern End Game.
Yeah, that's right. And here we go, have Corn in the fit, having a 5-5. There's 3 terrorists all surrounding him. It does look like
he's stuck there in pit, gets taken out. Zenra on arch side though, two nice headshots. Leaving Regmar by himself, sitting arch side with that beautiful candy apple block.
Not able to make any shots.
Hitting every shoulder left and right of
him. But Zenra will clean up. Northern End Gaming putting the score at 12-4, and that is not the start Northern End Gaming needs. They're going to want to force up this round, I would say, and it looks like they will.
This is very dubious, very, very dubious for Northern End Gaming. They have to do something. So it looks like they're going to force up Armored Tech 9. If they lose this, they have to win. If they lose this, it's bad, real bad. They spent everything they had now, throwing all their money down to try and win this round. Regmar pushing up B like no fear. But little does he know, he's got Raydog there sitting at sandbags. He's got Zenra sitting behind car. He pushes out, that's 2 SMGs straight onto him. Not recommended when you've only got a Tech 9. Got Blade pushed all the way to Boiler, seeing if he can catch someone on guard, trying to peek down middle. But we've got Device sitting there in quad, watching, making sure he doesn't push out. They're not quite watching, gets taken out by Shanian through that mid push. Winlock there, coming around to the app side, trying to stop them with that .90. Getting Blade. Oh, the reload at the wrong time. Ooh, the Bison already. I don't even need to change spectators though. This is gone. Was a holding tight on site. Both trying to hold angles, see if they can get someone to push onto him. With Zenra getting a very, very nice spray. Shania needs to make something happen here. Otherwise, it is very, very close to game over.
And Shadow has no head armor, so it's gonna be a knife fight.
Oh, it goes for the knife, but it's too late. Is it too late? It's close.
Yeah, it's gonna be too
3,
late. Bomb,
2, 1. Should have just shot him down. Look what he's done. He's given him another chance. Another chance at coming back to win the game.
Almost had it there. That was just what Dynasty need. Winning that force up. So here we go. Dynasty are going to be on their first eco of the entire match here. And they are going to force up. They're going to try and break the Northern End Gaming economy once more. Northern End Gaming, I've said this a lot of times, that they really do need to win this round. We do see a little bit of early aggression going up from Regmar.
Definitely. If there is an early aggression from Regmar, it isn't a game, I'm telling you. He loves to push up, get right in their faces, show them who's boss, and beat them in those aim duels.
Yeah, it seems like Regmar seems to just take banana, hold banana, keep the counter terrorist guessing while the bomb was working towards A, but it does look like the
Blade's pushed up again into boiler mode, so he's managed to jump up from haystack into the apps and sit there towards boiler, watching for any sort of push or clear in the apartments, which might take Corn off guard as he pushes up. Cessna falls back just in time. Oh, Blade was taken out by Device. Was a holding second mid, but we've got a hard push off the B right now by Regmar, Glad, and Shanion. Regmar sitting barbecue, gets that pick off at Oranges, and takes down the guy Coils. This is the comeback they needed. So, but the bomb is held up towards CT. They tried to do some sort of around the world, which put them in a bad spot. Regmar getting taken out by Corn. Raydog spraying with the 5-7, trying to get a hold of Wazza there. Meanwhile, I've got Shane trying to keep the distance, get those AK one taps down to the CT screen. Taken out by Corn. Well, Dynasty needed that.
Win that round.
NEG really needed it.
Yeah, GG. Dynasty are going to be forced onto another save. Oh, might even be a double eco here for them.
I can't see this going any other way.
Not much to happen. That was their round to win, and they lost it. That was their round to come back, but it's not going to happen. They're going to full eco and try and maybe go for the 15-15. I'm not sure.
Liam, what do you reckon? What do you reckon NEG were lacking there? What were they getting on? I reckon they were too aggressive, continuously force mine. They just weren't thinking about their economy. They're just letting the game get to them by losing rounds, and then just buying and buying and buying, trying to push through, and that ended up putting them behind. Sometimes you just got to be patient and sit back.
The players on the sites weren't allowing time for rotates to come in. I mean, they would feel on their CT side, they would get pressured by the terrorists, and then they would allow themselves to get picked. They would fall back and wait for the rotates. They would just die, and then suddenly the terrorists have the site. The players would just have to save because they can't retake the site like they did before.
Yeah, exactly. So they should have some money here. See, again, really quite low. Like, if they buy AKs, they'll only be able to buy base armor. So it looks like they're going for an alternate buy. A couple of Galils, Scout, MP7.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching Regmar this round, see what he can do with the Scout. I think it'd be
quite interesting. Going for that down pit.
Yeah, spraying through smoke.
Radar holding a tight angle up on banana.
Zenra here. He knows Regmar's down there, and he does take a few shots through the smoke, but
he's got no fear, Regmar. No fear.
No fear at all. Oh, you see, Shannon gets the pick on Device. Wow, what was that in apartments? So here we go. 2 players remaining.
Blade about to push out of boiler here.
On the A side. Yeah, Blade may be able to get the pick.
Might get that.
Corn falling back. So this is what.
But he's got Winlock watching there from Covey, so that could be a concern.
Yeah. Look at what Corn is doing here on the A site. He's falling back when a teammate gets picked, and now that's going to allow rotates to come in from his team if he needs to. He's not going to get picked, and suddenly the terrorists are going to have the site. So that's good play there by Dynasty, I would say.
Exactly.
and Shannon.
Pretty quiet at the moment. Redmar solo by himself at B, which is a bit of a solo one-on-one here. Then I miss that one.
Corn holding
The
that
device taking out Shannon. Corn with a nice shot on Blade. We got Wazza sitting in apps with the bomb, and Regmar trying to push through up the connector, trying to pistol him out. Doesn't quite work. And Wazza getting the plant despite everything. 3 counter terrorists though. Still gets the plant, which is good money for them. 300 a person. That's what they need. Not quite enough.
Not quite enough.
So the terrorists will be able to buy this round, and they will need to buy because it's the last round of the game if they lose. So with what they've got, again, it'll be AKs, no armor, or having to do a bit of a mixed buy of SMGs and some nades, and some base armor, full armor if they can. You know, not quite a full decent buy like they want. Like you got Wazza there with a pistol. Oh no, buys an AK at the last minute, but very close. All their money spent. They have to make something happen, otherwise it's over. Regmar pushing aggressively with that P90 up banana. He wants to get those picks, wants to get the entries taken out, make an opening, but misses a lot of shots.
You're right, that man has absolutely no fear at all. Just runs into the
Blade getting ready to push out Boiler here, trying to make something happen with that. Corn though, with the AK straight onto him, loses to Blade. We got Regmar, look at him, spraying everyone down. Not letting anything happen.
I love this, man. It's great.
Shannon pushing through that smoke as it clears. He knows there's only one person on B right now. He knows he can make something happen. So he's calling across right now to say, come plant B, come plant B. I've got the site. But Winlock pushing through to CT spawn could catch him off guard as they go through the cross. Got Wazza about to cross now. Watching out for that. So throw a smoke, try and cover their tracks, get the bomb down, get that extra money. Definitely try and win the round. There's only 2 people left. With a good hold, they easily have it. And Dynasty looks like they're going to just go for exits at this stage, unless we see something happen here.
I don't know, I think they are pushing and they're going to go for it, I think.
Yeah, here we go.
They're just waiting for
Bit
teammates.
of a late push. Wazza holding dark, but new box held by Shane. Very low, 1 health, gets taken out. Wazza looking for the peak, can't quite get it, and Blade gets him as they cross.
Yeah, that was a good round there from the terrorists. That was a force buy from them, but scoreline is 15-6.
Now they've got some money, so they can make something happen.
Yeah, they're going to have to do this another 9 times in a row in order to draw this match and go into overtime. But look at this, look at the money of the utilities on the CTs. I mean, they've only got 2 smokes and 3 flashes. That's not ideal for them. And now only 2 smokes left to hold the terrorists at bay. So this could be
the big thing you want is to reduce angles. Reduce as many angles as you can that you're being viewed from.
There we go.
Wazza gets a nice pick on Corn. Corn pushing too aggressive, probably because of the lead that they have. They know they've got some room to move. They know they can make some plays. So they're just trying to have a bit of fun. Regmar pushing aggressively up banana with that AWP. He's not sure of Zenra there at New Box yet, so he's got to be a bit prepared for that. We have Wazza pushing up the apartments with Blade and Glad pushing up there towards Pit. Oh, I did not see him. Did not see him there by Winlock, and he gets taken out there in Pit. We got Raydog running back. Maybe he can get someone to say push on the site. Wazza already hidden in Graveyard. We got Blade in apps. I'm Glad sitting there in Pits. So they're going to surround around the site and get some holding positions. Forcing the CT's Dynasty Gaming back again onto it and saving.
Yeah, and the counter-terrorists are going to opt to save here, which is a good choice. 5 takes.
Super aggressive Regmar, even though he's got it up, he's going for the picks. He's not going to let them end the game with a weapon in their hands. Gets the first pick and pushing through Con, checking every corner, trying to see who he can get. He saw him there. Oh, but miss. Oh, gets a shot. Perfect. So the CTs start the round with nothing. Very, very poor.
Yep, this is the start of a comeback. If
it is a comeback of the century.
there's still a lot of work to do for Northern Gaming if they do want to make it a proper comeback. I mean, the CTs have a lot of room to eco here. It does look like they are going to stack towards middle. All 5 players. Will they be able to get...
Bring one player around mid again. Very, very big push by the CTs. Trying to put some damage down. Getting taken out quite easily though because of the lack of armor. They do manage to get 2 down.
Here from behind.
All that's left is Raydog. Seeing what picks he can get.
Raydog should probably
nice pick.
WP if you can for the next round.
Yeah, definitely.
And,
you can put it mid, you can put it deep in banana, something like that. And
yep, Terrace side is going to go down for the plan on A. And there we go, Raydog is going to save. Good choice there for him. So yeah, Terrace is going to have an AWP coming into the next round. It is going to be interesting to see if they're going to decide to force because they do have the AWP. But I think it'd probably be a smart option just to save, considering the round advantage that they have.
Yeah. Look, they just need one buy round, a solid hold on a buy round, and they've got it.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of work here for the Terrace. They need to get 6 rounds in a row now here. Probabilities don't look good for them, but if they can make it happen, that would be quite a great game.
Yeah, definitely.
Quite a great comeback.
Terrorists win.
Alright, so money on the CTs. Are they going to force? And it looks like they are.
Yeah. They just need a stronghold, a really strong hold. If they can stop NEG from getting those entry picks, if they can just hold them off, keep the time down, put the pressure on, they can win the game. They don't have to do anything aggressive. They don't have to rush forward. Like Raydog's rushing forward here. You should just be sitting back. They don't need to make anything happen, so this aggression is not really needed for what they've got. Just hold back, let them come to you, shoot them as they come around angles, and you'll get them. Rigmar aggressive, but AWP gets picked out by Zenra though, holding a tight angle there onto logs.
Yeah, and watch how Zenra just falls back straight away after that pick. Good play there.
Shanion with a strong push up mid, but we've got some action there in dark. Yeah, this is it, looks like it's the end of the game. All we're left is just Shanion. Shanion and the bomb. Game over. Dynasty take it. Wow, what a tight... Well, what a good comeback by NEG. I was going to say tight game, but it wasn't. What a good comeback by NEG. They could have been completely annihilated. They could have got sad and just let it get to them, but they didn't. They stayed through and tried to put some rounds on the board. I mean, if they had won that, they were a good chance actually coming back into a winning position. But unfortunately, they didn't quite get it. Looks like both teams much stronger on their terrace side. How do you feel about that, Roski? Hello? Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching guys, and we will see you next time.